In the future, traditional boxing will have lost its appeal due to the lack of violence. It's been replaced by gladiator-style fights where human-controlled robots battle. Charlie, a former boxer, travels across the country entering robot fights but loses often. One morning, after a night of drinking, Charlie wakes in his truck surrounded by bottles. A man calls about a $30,000 debt. Charlie calls him by the wrong name, revealing he owes money to multiple people. Pretending the line is bad, Charlie hangs up. Some girls ask to see his robot ambush. When Charlie demands $5 for a photo, they laugh and walk away. At a fair, Charlie meets Ricky, an arena manager. Ricky offers $3,000 if Ambush fights a bull. The bull weighs 800 pounds, and its robotic opponent is twice that. Charlie gambles big, pushing Ricky to bet $20,000. Ricky agrees, warning of consequences if he loses. The fight begins. Ambush dodges early attacks, but Charlie is too busy showboating to notice the bull charging. It slams Ambush, tearing off a leg. Charlie begs to stop the match, but Ricky refuses. Ambush is smashed to pieces, children taking scraps as souvenirs. Broke, Charlie tries to sneak away. Two men approach, thinking they're debt collectors. He punches one. Instead, they deliver news. His ex-wife has died, leaving behind their 11-year-old son, Max. Charlie shows little concern and goes to court to give up custody. Wealthy relatives of his late wife want to adopt Max, so Charlie sells his parental rights for $100,000. With a $50,000 down payment, he agrees to keep Max over the summer to make it look better. He spends the money on Noisy Boy, a high-end combat robot with voice control. Charlie returns to the gym where he lives with Bailey, daughter of his late trainer. She scolds him for wasting money while still owing rent. Charlie flirts, but she reminds him that bills come first. Soon, the relatives drop Max off. The boy isn't upset that Charlie sold him, only that he didn't get a cut. Charlie says the money went to the robot, and if Max doesn't like it, he's free to leave. Max decides to stay and watch the unboxing of Noisy Boy. Clad in samurai armor, the robot emerges from its crate, impressing everyone. Charlie tries voice commands in English, but nothing happens. Frustrated, he blames Bailey, until Max reads the commands in Japanese. Instantly, Noisy Boy obeys. After a quick trial run, Charlie loads the robot, planning to enter the next tournament. Max steals the truck keys and forces his father to take him along. Reluctantly, Charlie agrees, and they head to an underground fight club. Confident, Charlie registers Noisy Boy for the main event. Max warns him to start smaller, but Charlie ignores him. At first, the samurai robot dominates, thrilling the crowd. But distracted and ignorant of basic commands, Charlie loses control. The opponent knocks Noisy Boy's head off. Humiliated, Charlie refuses to blame and silences Max. On their way back, they stop at a junkyard. While scavenging, Charlie explains how robots replaced human boxers. Max slips near a cliff, but a robotic arm from the mud saves him. Charlie rescues his son, and Max discovers a half-buried robot. Excited, he begs Charlie to help haul it back. Charlie refuses, so Max struggles through the night, finally dragging the robot onto the truck. Back at the gym, Bailey is shocked at Noisy Boy's wreckage. Disappointed, she urges Charlie to give up before losing everything. He pleads with her to at least inspect Max's discovery. It turned out to be an outdated sparring robot, not built for fighting but for training, unable to attack, but exceptionally good at taking hits. To their surprise, it still worked, and Bailey discovered it had a rare feature, the ability to mimic human movements. Max cleaned off the mud and saw the name Adam engraved on it. He suggested testing Adam in underground robot matches to make some money. That night, while everyone was asleep, Max sneaked into the gym, activated Adam, and took it for a walk under the stars, his first real experience controlling a fighting robot. The next morning, Max asked Bailey what his father had been like in the past. She fondly recalled Charlie's boxing career, how he always fought to the very end and never backed down, no matter how tough the opponent. But when the robot era arrived, no one needed human fighters anymore, and Charlie never got the chance to become a champion. Charlie suddenly interrupted, telling Bailey he was taking Max to Atlanta to find a partner interested in buying a new robot. When they arrived, Charlie told Max to wait in the lobby while he looked for Finn. There, Max encountered the creator of Zeus, the undefeated champion robot. The man confidently declared to reporters that Zeus would destroy any opponent brave enough to step into the ring. Meanwhile, Charlie went to see Finn, hoping to borrow money because of their old friendship, but Finn refused. He no longer trusted him. Frustrated and angry, Charlie agreed to let Max enter a fight at a zoo, expecting the boy to lose and finally stop bothering him. The next morning, Charlie was awakened by Max's voice. The boy had been training with Adam since early dawn. Max had cleaned the robot and programmed commands by using the shadow mode. Charlie was surprised and impressed by his son's persistence, secretly recognizing that this trait came from himself. They arrived at the fight venue, where Max negotiated with the promoter. If Adam lasted one round, he would earn $1,000. But if Adam went down, the promoter would keep the robot. The match began with Max controlling Adam. The robot didn't counterattack, only defended, taking blow after blow. Charlie urged his son to move more to help the robot dodge, but the opponent caught Adam and slammed its head into the ground, knocking it down. The countdown for the round began, 30 seconds left for Adam to get back up. Max commanded Adam to stand, and the robot obeyed. That meant Max had won $1,000. However, the promoter refused to accept the result and offered to double the prize if Adam survived another round. This time, Charlie wanted to stop Max from taking the risk, but the boy insisted. The second round began, and Adam leapt forward, landing a massive punch that shut down the opponent's system. Max won the fight, proudly collecting the prize money as the crowd roared with excitement. The next day, Max continued training Adam, teaching it new commands. When he grew bored, he danced with Adam, and the robot perfectly mirrored his moves. Charlie walked in, and Max explained that he had installed Noisy Boy's voice command system into Adam, so they no longer needed the control panel. He asked his father to teach Adam his boxing style through shadow mode. At first, Charlie hesitated, telling his son he should make Adam's dance its unique mark in the ring. Max agreed, on one condition, only if his father also taught Adam how to box. So began their grueling training. From morning till night, Charlie taught Adam fighting techniques, while Max always opened matches with his signature dance. Adam won fight after fight, and the bond between father and son grew stronger. After earning money from these small-town matches, Charlie even sent Bailey part of the winnings, along with interest, to pay back what he owed. The dancing robot quickly won over the crowds and even made it into the papers. Thanks to its newfound fame, Charlie and Max were invited to a prestigious tournament. As Max prepared Adam, Charlie encouraged his son before the fight, reminding him to leave all emotions outside the ring. Then a manager walked into the workshop, inviting them to meet the owner of Zeus. The wealthy woman was looking for a sparring partner for Zeus and offered to buy Adam for $200,000. The deal was only valid until the start of Adam's first match against Twin Cities. Charlie immediately accepted, but Max refused and stormed out. Charlie tried to convince his son to take the offer, but Max asked him to think. Why would Lemkova pay such a large sum for Adam? Max was convinced Adam was special and refused to sell his metal friend. Amid thunderous cheers, the two-headed robot Twin Cities stepped into the ring. Max led Adam onto the stage with a battle dance. The robots clashed, and within minutes, the opponent unleashed a brutal assault on Adam, leaving the boy no chance to strike back. At that moment, Charlie noticed Twin Cities' weakness. Its right shoulder twitched before every punch. Adam ducked under the opponent's arm and unleashed brutal blows to the body. After weakening the Twin Cities' right side, Adam finished it with a devastating kick to the head. The crowd erupted in thunderous applause. Bailey, who had been watching from the start, shouted with joy. Max rushed into the ring, grabbed the microphone from the referee, and publicly challenged Zeus. Afterward, Max and his father carried the prize money back to the truck, but Ricky was waiting there and ordered his thugs to attack. They beat Charlie and stole every dollar of their winnings. Fearing for his son's safety, Charlie brought Max to his legal guardians to keep him out of danger. In tears, Max begged his father to let him stay, but Charlie refused to take more risks. Furious, Max packed his things, while Charlie declined to accept the remainder of the money from selling custody rights. Charlie tried to convince his son to leave with his relatives, insisting he wasn't worthy of being Max's father. Before parting, Max told him that what he truly wanted was for his dad to fight for him. On the way back, Charlie replayed memories of his time with Max. He went to Bailey's home and lay beside her, which filled her with happiness. The next morning, Bailey urged Charlie not to abandon his son, assuring him it wasn't too late to repair their bond. They shared a kiss, and Charlie went to find Max. Charlie told his son he regretted being absent all those years. He asked Max for another chance and promised that this time he would fight for him. Then he stepped aside, revealing Adam to Max. Charlie announced that Zeus had accepted the challenge and convinced Max's aunt to let the boy attend the match. The tournament organizers declared that Tak Mashido had called yesterday's fight with the outdated Adam an insult to his masterpiece. The announcement created a PR crisis for Team Zeus, forcing them to accept the challenge. Charlie and Max arrived at the championship with Adam. Meanwhile, Finn placed a bet that the scrap robot wouldn't last a single round, with odds of 5-1. Ricky, brimming with confidence, wagered $100,000 that Adam would be knocked out before the first round ended. If he won, he would walk away with $500,000. A grand entrance was staged for Zeus, who leapt into the ring to deafening cheers. Adam's entrance was far more modest, and the match began. Zeus floored Adam with the very first punch. The crowd was certain the champion's victory would be quick. Adam got back up, only to be pummeled by another barrage of heavy punches, collapsing once more. After being knocked down a third time, the robot still rose to its feet, but Zeus cornered it and unleashed a relentless assault. Finally, Charlie regained his composure and called for a counterattack, then pulled Adam back. To everyone's astonishment, Adam began turning the tide, throwing punch after punch at Zeus with unwavering resolve. Despite the champion's overwhelming strength, the battered old robot survived until the end of the first round. Ricky tried to slip out of the building in a hurry, but Finn intercepted him and reclaimed his money. The fight went on, and Adam heroically endured through the second and third rounds. In the fourth, Zeus unleashed his full power, inflicting heavy damage. One crushing blow destroyed Adam's voice control system entirely. Even so, the robot endured to the end of the round, though victory now seemed almost impossible. Max tries to convince his father to control Adam using the shadow mode feature. He notices that Lemkova and Machido are beginning to worry, afraid of the hidden potential of the old robot. In the end, Charlie gives in to his son's desperate plea. Taking the role of coach, he stands in front of Adam and delivers words of encouragement before the final round begins. Even though he knows the robot can no longer hear him, Charlie maintains a defensive stance, forcing his opponent to burn energy. Max begins to worry that Zeus will destroy Adam and begs his father to attack, but Charlie says it's not the right time yet. When Zeus starts to tire, Charlie suddenly unleashes a series of sharp, precise blows. The real Steel champion begins to stagger, and Tak Machido personally intervenes to control Zeus to regain the upper hand. Despite that, Charlie lands a devastating uppercut to his opponent's head, knocking him down. Zeus rises again, but Charlie continues attacking as if pouring every ounce of boxing skill he ever had into the fight. Zeus is saved from total defeat only by the sound of the final bell. The crowd erupts in cheers, chanting Adam's name in unison. Bailey rushes onto the stage and kisses Charlie. However, Zeus still wins by points and retains the real Steel championship title. Even so, it is a crushing blow to Lemkova's company. Adam is hailed as the people's champion, a result that leaves Max completely satisfied. The boy leaps into his father's arms, knowing without a single word that Charlie is proud of him and loves him deeply. Together with Adam, they step into the center of the ring, basking in the glory and recognition of everyone around them, and the film ends there.